Okay, so like, who doesn't love coffee, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much need it to function in the mornings, you know?
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. It's like the fuel that gets us going.
Exactly. And well, recently I came across this product called Java Burn, and it kind of got me thinking.
Mm.
Uh, well, it's a coffee additive, one of those things you just mix in.
Right.
Supposed to boost your metabolism,
Hmm.
help with, weight loss and all that.
Yeah, I think I've seen some ads for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's been like all over the place online.
Yeah, they really seem to be pushing it hard.
Yeah, and the thing that caught my eye was they're like emphasizing how tasteless it is
Yeah.
and how it just, dissolves instantly.
Oh, interesting. So it wouldn't even change the taste of your coffee.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
naturally, I was curious, right? Like, can this really be true?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds almost too good to be true. Like, just add something to your coffee and suddenly you're, like, shedding pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on.
So, I think a deep dive is definitely in order here.
Absolutely. So we decided to check out this podcast where these two hosts were like totally raving about this Java Burn stuff.
Okay.
So let's break down what we learned. First off, what exactly is Java Burn?
Well, from what I gathered from listening to these guys, it's basically a powder, right? You
Yeah.
just scoop a bit into your coffee, stir it up, and that's it.
And they claim it, kicks your metabolism into high gear,
Right.
basically.
Right, right. Supposedly helps you burn more calories throughout the day.
Yeah. So, okay, that's the basic idea.
Yeah.
But now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the ingredients.
Right, because that's where the rubber meets the road, isn't it?
Exactly. So the main ingredients they kept mentioning were green tea extract, L-carnitine, and chromium.
Okay, so ingredients that, like, sound kind of familiar, right? Like things we've heard of in, like, the health and fitness world.
Yeah, exactly. But do they really do what they claim? Like, do they really have that kind of impact on weight loss?
Right, right. Well, that's what we're here to figure out, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe you can break down each ingredient for us.
Sure, sure. Let's start with green tea extract, since that seems to be, like, the most common ingredient in these sorts of things.
Yeah.
So green tea extract, as we probably know, is loaded with antioxidants, right? And there's been some research showing that it can, boost your metabolism a bit.
Okay.
But the question is, by how much, right? Like, is it enough to actually make a difference in terms of weight loss?
Right.
And from what I've been reading, it seems like the effect is relatively modest. Like some studies suggest it might increase your metabolic rate by like 3 to 4%,
Okay.
which, could translate to maybe 70 to 100 calories burned per day.
Mhm. Okay, so not like a huge amount.
Yeah, not exactly a magic bullet, right?
Right.
But potentially, a little extra help.
Yeah, like a nudge in the right direction, maybe.
Exactly, exactly. So that's green tea extract. Now let's move on to L-carnitine.
Okay, yeah. That one always sounds like kind of mysterious to me.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those ingredients that throws around a lot, but not everyone really understands what it is.
Right, right.
So basically, it's an amino acid, right? A naturally occurring one that helps your body transport fat into your cells to be used for energy.
Okay, so it's like a fat transporter.
Yeah, you could think of it that way. And the idea is if you supplement with L-carnitine, it might help your body burn more fat.
Okay.
But here's the thing. The research on L-carnitine and weight loss is kind of all over the place. Like, there have been some studies that have shown a small effect, especially the ones that weren't, super rigorously designed. But then there are also a lot of studies that found, like, no benefit at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And plus, our bodies already produce L-carnitine naturally.
Right.
So supplementing might not even be necessary for most people.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, if your body's already making enough, why add more?
Exactly, exactly. So that's L-carnitine. A bit of a mixed bag, you could say.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what about chromium?
Chromium. This one plays a crucial role in, like, regulating your blood sugar levels.
Oh.
Yeah, think of it like a thermostat for your blood glucose. It helps your body use the sugar from your food for energy more efficiently.
Okay.
So this could be helpful for, like, managing those afternoon energy crashes,
Yeah.
and those sugar cravings that can lead to overeating.
Right, because those are the worst. Like,
Yeah.
3 o'clock hits, and I'm, like, raiding the pantry.
Yeah, exactly. So chromium might be able to help with that, but, again, it's not a guarantee.
Right, right. It's not like it's going to, like, magically make you lose weight.
Exactly. It's more about, like, supporting healthy blood sugar levels, which could potentially indirectly impact your weight.
Okay, that makes sense. So even if these ingredients, like, do have some benefits, can we really expect them to work miracles? just by adding them to our coffee?
Yeah, I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
Like, sure, a tasteless, easily dissolvable powder is totally possible. But, there's a big difference between, like, possible and proven effective.
Yeah, for sure. And those podcast hosts didn't really mention any potential downsides.
Right. Or, like, interactions with medications.
Yeah, which are definitely things to keep in mind, right?
Absolutely. Especially if you're, taking any other supplements or have any underlying health conditions.
Right, right. Always good to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplements.
Exactly.
But they did mention one thing that, kind of caught my attention.
Oh.
They said Java Burn comes with a money-back guarantee.
Hmm.
So I'm like, is that a sign that they're, super confident in their product?
It could be. I mean, it definitely suggests a certain level of confidence,
Right.
but it's also, a classic marketing tactic to lower the perceived risk for buyers.
Right, yeah. It's like, well, if I don't like it, I can always get my money back.
Yeah. Exactly. So it could be a genuine sign of confidence, or it could be, a clever marketing ploy.
Hmm, interesting. Okay, so, bottom line, what does all this mean for our listeners?
Well, I think the key takeaway here is that while Java Burn's ingredients might have some potential benefits, the science is far from conclusive, especially when it comes to significant weight loss.
Right.
And, everyone's body is different. What works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. So, if you were thinking about trying Java Burn, what questions should you be asking yourself?
Well, first off, what are your goals? Are you looking for a magic bullet for weight loss?
Right.
Because if so, you're probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a little extra support alongside, a healthy diet and exercise, then maybe it's worth considering.
Right.
But I think the most important thing is to do your research right.
Absolutely.
Read reviews, talk to your doctor, and, be realistic about your expectations.
Yeah, because there's no such thing as a quick fix, really.
Exactly. Sustainable lifestyle changes are usually the most effective way to achieve, long-term health goals.
Totally agree. So, listeners, as you're sipping your coffee this week, think about what we've discussed today.
Yeah.
How does this change your perception of these kinds of, quick fix products?
Yeah. Would you try Java Burn based on what we've learned?
Or would you, dive deeper into the research yourself?
Exactly. And, feel free to share your thoughts with us. We love to hear from our listeners.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Maybe even do your own deep dive into the science of these ingredients.
Absolutely. And, most importantly, stay curious.
Keep asking questions.
Keep learning.
And we'll be back next time with another deep dive.
Until then.
Stay caffeinated.